So this is one of the examples for own price elasticity. Imagine you were going to buy an apple from the local market where there are only 100 apples and 100 customers including yourself. The price of apple on the day is $2 and every person can only buy one apple. At the price of $2, perhaps 80 people would be willing and able to buy an apple at the $2 price. If the price of an apple suddenly became 100 per apple, chances are no one will be able to buy an apple. At a price lower than $2, we might see a few more people buying apples or none at all. So the same dynamic applies to quantities where a drop or rise in the availability of apple will impact how much people are able and willing to pay for a product. So when we talk about price elasticity, of course, we need to know what are the formula. Yeah. So the formula for own price elasticity is as this one. Percent change in quantity divided by percent change in price. So Q here represent quantity and this is delta Q, so this is change in quantity, so this is quantity. This is change in price divided by price. You can also use this one as the own price elasticity because this one and this one is actually similar, right? So in order for you to get this percent change in quantity, you can use this formula whereby the quantity after the discount or after you change the price minus the quantity in the initial quantity divided by the second quantity plus the first quantity divided by 2 times 100. And you also need to find out the percent change of price, which is the price after the second price minus the initial price divided by the second price plus the initial price divided by 2 times 100. So once you've got this percent change of quantity, you can plug into here, and once you've got this percent change of price, you can plug into this formula, and finally you will get the own price elasticity. So this is an example to illustrate own price elasticity. So imagine you are a salesperson in the market and you sell apples. You currently sell like everyone else in the market an apple for 2 ringgit and sell 100 apples each day. You want to sell more and therefore you decide to play the price game and cut the price to $1.99. The next day rolls over and you end up selling 110 apples. So how elastic is the demand? So this is how you want to calculate the own price elasticity. So you need to find out the percent change in quantity, which is 110 minus 100 divided by 110 plus 100 divided by 2 times 100. So remember, this is the quantity once you change the price, and this is the initial quantity. Yeah, and that gives you 9.524. Then you need to calculate percent change in price. So this is 1.99, which is the price, the end price minus the initial price. Then divide by this times 100, and this gives you 0.501. Therefore, your own price elasticity is equal to percent change in quantity, which is 9.524, divided by percent change in price, which is 0.501. So that will give you 19.01. So it is about 20. But what does that mean? It means for every change, percentage drop in price, you get 20% increase in quantity. So that is the value. You look at here, this is the value. So you have 20. But you need to know the indicator of the price elasticity. If the price elasticity is equal to 0, that means it is perfectly in elastic demand, meaning that the price has no impact on the quantity. But if the price elasticity is larger than 1, it means that it is sensitive and it is also elastic, meaning that price has impact on the quantity. But if price elasticity is less than 1, we call it as inelastic or insensitive, meaning that price has no impact on quantity.